Hey, what's up? Chris is Weird25 here, and this PC has been giving me problems. So let's fix that. Let's open this bad boy up. Now, what do we have inside? Well, let's go ahead and open it. Oh, I am so excited to open this. Let's first showcase this off. So what I got was some new RAM. So we got the Corsair Vengeance, a classic, some DDR4, 32 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, I'm excited to put that in the PC. And then we got the big one. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. We got the MSI 3060, baby. Let's fucking go. Holy shit, I am so excited to have this thing. Oh my god, this thing cost me so much money, but it is gonna be so worth it putting it in the PC. Isn't she just a beauty? God, look at this thing. Wow, wow, she looks very beautiful. Even more beautiful in person. But wow, just holding this guy in my hands is just very, very amazing. Especially now since the prices for 30s finally have dropped and now they're actually affordable now. It's just it's an amazing feeling just to really finally own a 30 series in my hands. Because what I run currently on my PC is a 1060. And the reason why we're changing it, I'll explain it in a second. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and take off all the wires. So that way I can put my computer on the desk. So that way I have more space to clean and also put in the new PC parts. Alright, now let's go ahead and bring this bad boy back up to the desk. Okay, so I got the PC down here, so let me go ahead and start cleaning it. So I already cleaned the inside, but I'm actually got to get the other way, because since that was a part I couldn't really reach. Oh my lord, there's a lot of dust on here. So, interesting fact is that I actually built this PC about a year ago, in fact. I originally built it with a budget in mind. So my original budget was originally going to be 300, but I didn't mind how far I needed to go up because prices for like different things were crazy at the time, especially for a GPU. So there was no way I was going to get any 20 or 30 series because they were through the roof, since that was the height of scalpers and miners, like crypto miners and all that type of stuff. That was like the height. Wow. So this bad boy is fucking dirty. It doesn't really get as much airflow in the back, so other than that, it doesn't actually look as bad as I thought. There is some dirt buildup, but it's still equally as not as bad as I thought. I have a little brush, so this is what I use to clean some of the edges, so let me just go ahead and do some of that right now. I always try to make sure that I clean all my PC parts. I was able to obviously manage to get the front part clean most of the time, but it's like, it's just this back part. I was never able to really get back here. Since I don't have a blow duster, and honestly I'm allergic to dust, vacuum would be the next best option. It's not even sticked on there. God fucking damn it. Still a little bit dirty, but it's not as dirty as it once was before. So currently in my PC, I actually have 16 gigabytes of RAM, but for gaming, Adobe Premiere, and OBS and all that other stuff isn't strong enough to handle all that. So something that I kept experiencing in my Apex videos is that my PC crashed all the time. So it was a bit weird as to why that kept happening. So I went to go ahead and talk to a couple buddies of mine, my friends Sterling and Derek Turtle Rowe. Both actually helped me and figure out what was the problem. So we did some tests on this PC and see what it was capable of and how much it could handle. Originally, I assumed that it was actually a CPU problem and the CPU overheated, which is why my computer always turned off. My computer kept turning off, but it always went to black, and we never got a blue screen, never got anything like that. If it was, it would have been a driver issue, but we already checked, so it was not a driver's issue. But what we did find out is that through our testing is that we did it through Cinebench, and that the CPU actually held up just fine. The Cinebench test ran for obviously 9 minutes for single core and for multi-core test, and we never got a single crash. Then we did an not MSI Afterburner, but it was an MSI graphics test, which basically pushes the graphics to the limit. Ultimately, we figured out that the GPU actually overheated and that it keeps on overheating. We did some tests where we actually changed the fan speed in MSI Afterburner, and with that it allowed me to increase the fan speed when it reached a certain temperature. It only reached to 100% when it reached 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not what I wanted, so we increased the temperature before that, and even then we still got crashes. So we just figured out that this graphics card is actually the one causing all the problems, which is why I got the 3060. Now, although I am aware that the 40 series may be coming out later this year and possibly sometime in the next year, but since I am recording Apex videos and possibly more demanding videos at that, I need to keep up with the current games, with the current times, and honestly the 30 series was the best bang for the buck I could ever get. Anything in the 20 series was way more expensive than the 3060 was. Now, you could just make the argument I could have gotten a 3050 and save a couple of money, but the thing is, I'm also thinking long-term use. A 3050 wouldn't last that long than a 3060 would. A 3060 would easily keep up with the most modern games, and plus it would most likely function better than a 3050 would. Obviously, if you want more information about a 3060, I learned it all from Linus Tech Tips, so that's the reason as to why I chose out the 3060. So go ahead and watch their videos because it's very informative and actually helped me based on my decision to what 30 series I wanted. I really need to invest into a dust blower because using a fucking vacuum is just sucks. I did so much things with this GPU to try to fix it. Obviously, I cleaned off all the dust. I took it out, I disassembled it, cleaned out the fans, the dust that was building up all around it. I even took out the thermal paste and added new thermal paste, but it all just didn't work and it ultimately just failed on me. So it's a bit of a shame, honestly, that this 1060 couldn't hold up to what I was throwing at it. But at the same time, you know, this was actually a handy-down from my good friend Xander. This was actually his old GPU. He just lent it to me because since at the time, mostly all the graphics cards were very, very expensive, and the 30 series just came out. So the 20 series just blew the fuck up because of all crypto sales, like crypto miners, scalpers, you name it. It was impossible to get anything at the time. I'm happy that this graphics card has lasted me as long as it did. It served its purpose, but now it's time for a new one, a new generation. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit weird trying to put the stuff on sideways like this, but honestly, I don't have enough space to put the PC flat. So yeah. Now mind you, if any of you guys point out and say I'm doing something wrong, or just if I'm doing everything wrong, please don't judge me too hard. I'm not a expert PC builder. I am no way an expert on this. I'm just a regular Joe Schmo, just built his first computer and just replacing some parts. It's relatively easy, but oh man, I had a funny story for you guys. So when I first built this PC, man oh man, have I came across so many troubles. My very, very first mistake I ever made with this PC was when I first started out, which was back in the winter. So I went off to eBay to buy myself a CPU. Jesus, that was more violent than it needed to be. Without going to PC Part Picker, I thought I got a really good deal on buying Intel Core i5, but I didn't realize which version I picked out because I didn't know at the time. Right now we have an Intel Core 9600K, I believe, and the first one I picked out was an Intel Core i5 2500K. To say that I made a bad choice is really, really, really stating the obvious. Another mistake I made is that instead of getting Corsair Vengeance, which probably would have been a much better choice and safer choice, I got a third-party option. So that's Oloy. Honestly, it got the job done. So I can't be too upset over this. Listen, a good deal is a good deal. But now, we're gonna use the big guns. Oh yeah. Get in there. Hopefully I'm in the right place. That does look right, does it? That is actually the wrong way. I'm glad I caught that, because that would have been absolutely terrible if I got that wrong. The last thing I need to do is break anything else and be framed as a clown. No, I refuse. I refuse. There we go, it snapped into place, thank God. Oh man. Okay, so if this is wrong, this is just gonna be another pain in my ass. Now that this is here and it's barely holding on to the edge, we're just gonna go ahead and put the GPU in. Okay, so not that way, this way. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got it in, we got it in. There we go. Oh, mama. Okay, let's get her up. And she's in. Forward plug and screw everything else back in. Let me just go ahead and plug it in and just see how it runs. Okay. Trying to drag this thing back in there. It's such a tight space. It is a bit hard, especially on carpet. Now, I know another thing. You folks are gonna say that you shouldn't put your PC on carpet because it can get staticky and whatnot. Now these things have some legs, mind you, pretty short legs, but honestly, I prefer it being on the floor than being on the desk, and my dumbass accidentally kicking it over and making it fall. Okay, here comes the big one. Alright, we're gonna power it on. In 3, 2, 1. Son of a bitch, I think I had the switch on. Hang on. No, I had the switch off. Oh my god, the GPU started. Okay, we got some fans running. So over here is the primary screen, but it's just like, it's really big, so I need to obviously update drivers. But before that, let me at least open up settings first and just try to fix this a bit. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. Now that that's sort of fixed, let me just go ahead and actually get the right drivers. This should be the right one. Here it is. Okay. Wait, I have GeForce Experience. Hang on. Can I get my 3060 download from here? Okay, so now it seems like everything just fixed itself. All my stuff that was on the right side now is back on my primary monitor. Everything that should not be in the primary monitor is on the secondary. I think I'm in the clear here. Now everything that's supposed to be here is here. Okay, installation is finished. We have the newest version, 512, and I already checked online. It is the correct version for my graphics card. That's all done. We are good to go. NVIDIA GeForce 3060, and for our memory, we got 32 gigabytes. So I'll say ultimately this was a success. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this 3060 in this PC. I was so excited to play Apex Legends again, because the main reason as to why we got the 3060 is because the old GPU was giving me so much problems and actually overheated, and I think it actually kind of burned and smoked a little bit. Got a little smoked turkey in there. 1060, but now I should be able to run Apex, run OBS, and do a bunch of more other stuff. This is gonna be really cool, and I'm excited. We're about to get back on the grind. Oh my lord. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.